Hey folks, welcome to the channel. I'm a Gen Xer working to get my finances in order so I can retire with peace in 2027. I use zero-based budgeting in the Budget Mom Budget by Paycheck Workbook and YNAB to track where every dollar goes. I also use tools like Bolden and ChatGPT to forecast my retirement plan. This space keeps me accountable and helps me connect with others who enjoy getting into the weeds of budgeting. If this sounds like your kind of community, stick around. So I have everything ready in the Budget by Paycheck workbook, so let's grab our glasses and get right to it. All right, we are slowly plowing through December. And when I mean plow, I mean there's been a lot of snow lately. So let's just see what's happening. Other than just me overspending on things that my budget did not account for. Okay, so here we are on the 13th. Um, it's game night tonight, which will be a lot of fun. I'm going by myself, so I don't anticipate spending any money. Usually when I go by myself, I've been very good about keeping it either to a very minimum amount or just not even buying anything at all. So, and that's just to help with my budget because I have been overspending. If you've been here a couple times, you see household and holiday and Christmas, all of it's overspent. So, it helps a little bit. I mean, it's what, $20 that I didn't spend. Although the prices are so high, I mean, it could be $30, who knows. Um, so, as far as bills go, it's been kind of quiet, but I have been doing a lot of spending, and we will go through that. The good news is that, I've had some rent, and that all, with the exception of a $50 bill, that all went towards the HELOC. And I put $400 just the other day, and that has cleared, so that's going to get that down a little bit. Um, as far as the other bills go, it's not much been happening, but I have been spending. So we'll get into that in a second. I don't anticipate pulling anything out of savings for this pay period, so the balance of 742 should go into the next pay cycle. All right. Speaking of the next pay cycle, I have it kind of penciled in. I did get a bill for the gas and it will hit at the end of the month, which means this is one of those months where I paid the gas bill twice. And that happens more often than you would think. So I don't know what the billing cycle is. It must not be a full, 30 days or something. Maybe it's 28 days, who knows. But here we have that's going to hit on the 29th, so I had to account for that and made that adjustment in here. And I don't get paid until Tuesday, and I will have a YNAB ready to assign if you're interested in that on Tuesday when I get paid. So spending, spending. And this is not all of it too, because I have some that I put on my card because I wanted to get those points, and they are accumulating, which is great. So, as you can see, a lot of gifting. Food is just so expensive, you guys. I mean, I thought it was expensive before, but it seems like it is just even worse now. So, I'm just going to have to increase that even more than I was thinking. I was thinking about putting $300 per pay period, but I may put $350 next cycle. I don't know. I don't know if you guys are struggling with the same thing, but it just seems like the prices of things, and even though they say inflation's going down, I'm just not feeling it. Not feeling it at all in any of the things. All of my utilities are going up. Yeah. So, gifting. Yeah, you see a trend, right, guys? Well, the good news is, though, I did put some money into the HELOC, which was good. So that was nice. And Ginger, the Terry's cat, is using my couch as a scratching post, even though I have multiple scratching posts all over the house. So I went ahead and got some more cat tape. When I was training my two cats, having that tape just on, where the armrest is, it cured them of that almost in no time. Within a month or so, they just were no longer doing it. So it's kind of expensive, but it's a lot of tape, and it's double-sided, and it's very wide, and that should hopefully cure Ginger of doing that. She's also doing it on my grandson's bed. She'll hop up on the bedboard. It's a cloth bedboard, a cloth headboard, and he'll get up there and just start scratching at it. And I put just some regular double-sided sticky tape on there, but it's coming off, and I don't think it's a deterrent. So hopefully this will keep Ginger from tearing it up even more than it already is. So, I mean, it's not too bad. It's just got a few picks in it, but it's not real noticeable. It's not completely shredded like I've seen some couches get. The other thing of note is that I went ahead and I have been thinking about getting ChatGPT subscription for a while, and I kept running into the problem where I'd be trying to solve a problem, and it's with work, really. I'd be trying to solve a problem with work. The AI in ChatGPT for my job, working out some of the development that I need to do, is just so much better in ChatGPT than it is in the native environment of Technolutions. Their AI is not bad, but it's not great either. It doesn't understand the questions I'm asking, whereas ChatGPT does. So to really help with my work. And it's not just work. I use it for figuring out all of my retirement stuff. I can key in a bunch of numbers, and it is able to, with surprising clarity, tell me what things look like. And the other thing, as I mentioned in the intro, was Bolden. I use that as well. But for me, the response from ChatGPT is a little bit more concise, and it's easier to digest. So I went ahead and got that, and this is a monthly subscription. And for as long as I can afford it, I will have this because I find it extremely useful. I can find all that information in other places, but not in the concise, condensed, meaningful way that I can understand everywhere else. So, yeah, that is why I did that. And thankfully, my prescription is getting significantly less. So, and I think it's because I've hit my deductible. It's just not fully covered by my insurance, which is fine. It's fine. uh, so that's kind of what the spending looks like. I'll kind of go into the credit here in just a minute. Here's where I received some, the rent stuff, and where I took out a little bit for $50 for Nolan. And that was just to kind of even things out a little bit. I had overspent first I overspent on Matt, and then I overspent on Rachel. And so I like to try and keep it, sort of even. I just I went ahead and bumped Nolan up to the adult amount that I was spending on the adults. So, and that was $50 more. As far as the savings go, again, I'm not planning on pulling anything out, so hopefully that will continue to grow because I do need it to grow. If you guys have been around long, you've seen what has happened to me where I get some breathing room and then something happens. Something that is I mean, I kid you not, this is not an exaggeration. It's $10,000, right? That is just like a drop in the bucket when things happen around the house. So, to that end, I'm really working towards beefing this up, which also means that this is not getting paid off as fast. It's a balancing act. I'm sure you guys have experienced this before, and I know I see it over in budgeting over 40, and she's a master of balancing her debt and all the needs of her family. Honestly, if you haven't checked her out, you should. She's pretty amazing the way she organizes her finances. In any case, um, yeah, it just is a struggle, and it's just nice for me to be able to put some down. And I've told Matt and Terry, I said, it's like I'm not using your rent money for anything that is paying a bill. It's to get my debt down. And if it wasn't this debt, I'd be using it on my house mortgage. I would be putting it into the mortgage because I would like to pull that down before I retire. So anyway, enough on that tangent. So here's where this US bank, that's my credit card that I use when I pay it off right away. If I know I'm going to have a balance, say if it's like a significant amount, I will put it on the HELOC because this has a much lower rate, but I'm trying not to carry a balance. But it's going to happen because I'm going to be using this HELOC for some home improvement stuff here before too long. And then it's going to get real interesting. So here we sit at US Bank. It's 472. Just as soon as I think I'm just going to wait until I get paid. One of this is not cleared, and in January, my grandson is going to be singing with his school at the hockey game. And Rachel said that she wanted to go with her partner and their son, and of course Lincoln as well, while he was at that game. So I said, okay, yeah, I can go ahead and get you some tickets, and I got her some tickets. I couldn't get any tickets sitting next to me in the box that I have, but it's pretty close. So there'll be like a seat behind and several seats over, but they'll be close enough to we'll be able to see each other. So I picked those up for her just because I wanted to. I mean, she could have purchased them herself, but she's got a lot of medical bills with her cancer, so I'm doing this because I want to help her and do something nice for her. I suppose I could, give her some money to help her with her medical bills, but I think she's got that covered. So, any case, I have begun using this so that I can track what the payments are, because my hope is I'll be able to do this a little bit more often than I have been, because again, I've been focusing a lot on the savings when I just really need to try and balance it a little bit better. And finally, we get into this I'm not going to do until later. And now we're into, what's the next video. So we are the 13th, and tomorrow I'll have a check-in in YNAB, and then on Tuesday I'll have a paycheck, and I'll do a ready to assign video for those funds. So if you're interested in YNAB, those will be the next two. If you're only interested in the Budget Mom, Budget by Paycheck Workbook, that video, I'll just be doing my normal weekly check-in next Saturday. And then during that weekend, I'm going to finalize to my new book, which is the new book that the Budget Mom put out, which is this one right here. So I will finalize this and then just kind of showcase my categories are changing a little bit. But otherwise, the structure of this is pretty much the same as it was this year. So But I'll have that ready coming up because I'll be off work. My last day is here, and then because I work for a university, and I think most universities do this, where they actually close the school during winter break. So nobody's actually even at work from, I think this year it is from, I think it's from here until here. So the school is actually closed. And I have so many hours of holiday leave. If I don't use it, I'm going to lose the hours. And so I've just worked in a number of extra days off. So I will be off and I'll work on that and get it finalized so I can get that to you so you can see how the categories are coming together. I don't know if it'll help you or not, but I think people are always interested in seeing how categories are done. Because if you're new to budgeting, that it can be intimidating. It's like, oh, do you have so many? But I don't know. I just find it helpful to know where my money's going. And then when I say, oh my gosh, I've spent so much in, household or whatever, I can say, okay, when I go to the store and I see a gravy boat, I can tell myself, do I really need that? Probably not, but am I going to buy it? Maybe. Um, in any case, that should be it for the check-in for this week. And I will talk to you in the next video.